Good morning, everyone. This is LaTania Michelle, and welcome to the Wealthy Woman's Expert Interview Series. We are excited today because we have a very special guest, Tawanna Heyward Bey, who is not only going to talk to us about certification and how certification can grow your business, but Tawanna is going to share with us the steps, the processes of how to get started with certification and exactly why certification is the thing that your business needs in this season if you're truly looking to grow. And that's not just grow locally and nationally, but if you are looking to be an international player in the business game, certification may be the first step that you need in order to succeed. So before we begin, let me tell you what I know about Tawanna, and then we will have Tawanna share a little bit about her journey and story before we get into the training. Is that okay? All right. Hello, everybody. Let's see. So Tawanna Heyward Bey is a business development consultant and a human relations strategist. Tawanna has worked with such notable companies as the DFW Airport. She has worked with Bombardier, which is one of the largest or the largest transportation company in the world. And Tawanna has also worked with the Dallas Independent School District and the Dallas Housing Authority. In her time as a certified business owner, Tawanna has managed over $500,000 monthly as a payroll and over 1,000 employees. So I'd like for everyone to join me in welcoming Tawanna Heyward Bey. Hey, hey, Tawanna, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever we are in the country. It's so great to see you, LaTania Michelle, and to be online here with everyone who's joining us today. Greetings to everyone. Greetings to you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you because not only have you shared and opened up a wealth of information for me and my business, you've also allowed me to share this information with our Wealthy Woman Network community, and
Yes.
it has been nothing less than explosive. So, Tawanna, can you share with our listeners before we get started in the training a little bit about yourself, your story, and why you believe certification is so important for women and minority-owned business owners today?
Sure, absolutely. I have to say that this is very exciting and it's a sweet spot for me personally because you never know where you're going to wind up in life. And I have a quote. I want to start with an anonymous quote. I don't know who wrote this, but they said, to get what we've never had, we must do what we've never done. There's a mouthful there. And I wanted to share that as I began to share a little bit about me. I'm originally from the East Coast, from New Jersey. I'm out here in Dallas, Texas. I've been out here a good 20 years now. I've worked in nonprofit organizations, human resources, public speaker. I worked in telecom. I worked in various industries as an HR specialist, a trainer. Training is my passion. I love it so very much. About 7 years ago, some people will laugh at this. I'm a baby boomer. I'm working in the IT industry. I've been there 5 years. I get my plaque. I get my award that says, hey, you've done an awesome job. You've been working great. Here's your award for it. And then I get a pink slip.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
I have never received a pink slip to be laid off in my life. It's a scary experience, and I'm sure anyone who's listening to me right now who's experienced that will know that. From there, I decided it's time to do something different. And after being encouraged by those who know me well and who love me, Tawanna, why don't you do your own thing? And that's when I began on the journey of entrepreneurship. And I have to say that I believe entrepreneurship is a gift for wealth, for freedom, but it's also a gift. It's an opportunity not only to leave a legacy for those that you love, to build something which is a passion of mine, building, but it's also an opportunity to give back. Give back to the community with economic development where you live, to give back to the community of young people who are coming up and they're wanting to know, okay, I'm going to college, I'm going to do this, but it'd be nice if I could do my own thing. Who is an example for me? And so I believe it to be, as a servant leader, I see it to be a gift as well. And so I'm excited about this, to be able to share about the certification, something that in my journey as an entrepreneur, I quickly learned, quickly figured out it's essential to build. If you want to go from $1,000 or $25,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 or $500,000, certification is truly a way to do it if you're a minority business owner. And so I can't wait to get into it and share more about it.
You know, you have said a mouthful there, and what I'd like for our listeners to first understand is that certification can exponentially grow your business very quickly. There is a there is a thought that says that you can't go any further than you can see yourself going. You can't go any further than you can imagine yourself going. And in order to take a dream from a dream and manifest it into the natural, you have to be one of the individuals that are seeking, that's looking, that's hungry to make a difference in your life and in the world. And what I've found in working with Tawanna is that she's one of those people. She's dedicated to making a difference and to finding out what works so that she can increase her impact. And certification was the absolute best thing that she could have done for her business in order to grow quickly and efficiently. So Tawanna, first of all, can you just tell us what is certification? What is certification, and who certifies what?
Okay, I love to, love to. Let me start off by sharing for your listeners, just in case they don't know me, but my business was a human resources consulting and staffing business. And I think it's very, very important when you're embarking on anything that you're doing in business that you do your homework and you do your research. And that's one of the things I did with certification. As I was building my business in those first few months and building a very small clientele, I quickly realized that we're not going to be able to keep the lights on for a very long time with less than $10K a month.
Right.
Oh boy, the electric bill and the phone bill, these things are very, very costly. If I'm going to hire, I've got to expand. And so I began to do some research and started talking to some relationships that I have with contractor associations, with some chambers, and I recognized that certification it's a business enterprise that's claiming minority-owned ownership. So in order to even go through a certification process, you have to be minority owned with that business, at least 51%. So that's where you have to start. Then,
so, if I understand you correctly, before you move on, certification is specifically for minority-owned businesses, and that would be a business that is at least 51% owned and operated by a minority individual. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. Yes, ma'am, that's exactly right. So if you are a woman, if you're African American, if you are Asian, if you're North American, if you are Hispanic, you will fall under this category. If you are a veteran.
A veteran, okay. That's
yes.
A really good point. A veteran. And there was something I saw individuals. Disadvantaged individuals. Who would be disadvantaged individual?
A disadvantaged individual will be someone who is not over $30 million.
What?
Yes, yes. And we'll get more into the different types of certifications here in the moment. But I wanna talk a little bit about who certifies you.
Right.
You have certification agencies that are looking for you. You have the Minority Supplier Development Council, and basically what they do is they follow a standardized procedure of certifying minority-owned businesses to ensure consistent and identical review and validations of your MBE or your minority business enterprise status. If you want to be a woman-owned business, there are certification agencies like the Women's Council. If you want to be a minority business and you want to do business with the private sector, then you have the Minority Supply Development Council. If you want to do business with the government, you have certifications like AA. Small Business Administration offices help with that. So there are different types of certifications that one could obtain, and there are different certification agencies that will pretty much educate you and help you and walk you through the process. But let me say, it is a process. And that's where people like me come in to coach, to educate, and to train, because that process is a lengthy one. And it typically takes a business owner who is seeking to be certified anywhere between 60 to 90 days to go through that process. And so if you don't go through the process correctly, if you don't go through that application process the way they outline you to go through it, it could take longer than 9 days. And of course, that can keep you from participating in all those incredible opportunities that are out there to make major amount of money in building your business.
Tawanna, you said that there is an incredible amount of opportunity out there. Before we talk about the type of opportunities and exactly who can be certified, meaning the type of businesses that can seize these opportunities, is it true that just one of the certification agencies, the Minority Supplier Development Council, has over 3,500 corporate members who are actually looking for and committed to doing business with diversity suppliers? Meaning that there's corporations out there like the Marriott, Walt Disney, IBM, who actually are committed and dedicated and have a department that is looking and seeking to do business with minority business owners. Is that true, Tawanna? And if so, how many different agencies do you believe are out there looking to certify minorities so that they can service this huge population of companies and corporations, not to mention the federal government and the state and local government, who have opportunities for small business owners?
Yes, yes, ma'am. You know, this is so exciting to me because some of those corporations that you just named, there is a term, there's language in this certification process, and one of them is called Supplier Diversity Program. Supply Diversity Program. Companies like Sam's Club, like Walmart,
right,
like Kroger, like AT&T, like Accenture, like Johnson & Johnson, like Aetna, like Apple, Nordstrom, Kelly, Xerox. The list can go on and on. I'm hoping I'm getting some folks excited about, ooh, I'd love to do business with them. These companies partner themselves. They're private, let me make sure we understand. These are private sector companies.
Right.
These are not public sector companies like your local city, municipal, water companies, school districts. These are private sector corporations, okay? And they have supply diversity programs, and they partner as a member with these local national supplier diversity councils who will certify you and me as minority business owners. So let me tell you, they are looking for you. That's why they are partners with the council, so that the council has a database. And when you're certified, once you go through the certification process and you're approved, now you're in the database. That's a benefit. So I might be getting a little ahead of myself here, but it's exciting.
It is
to share it here. But you're in the database, and they know you're there. They want to do business with you. They want to procure, to buy the services and goods that you offer. So if you're sitting out there, you're thinking, well, my services are insurance. Do I qualify? Yes. Oh, my services is I'm a beautician. Yes. There are agencies, there are entities that will want to do business with you if you're certified. Okay? Maybe you're thinking, well, I just sell paper supplies and stationery and things. Who want to do business with me? You'd be surprised. You'd be greatly surprised. And so,
I really am hoping that our listeners are embracing the breadth and the width of the opportunities that are available. Because no matter what your business is, there is some company or corporation that's looking for you. So if you are a professional like an attorney or an accountant or a insurance agency, company that is looking for you. If you sell goods, products, or services, there is a company that is looking for you. If you provide a service such as being a graphic artist, such as being a copywriter, such as being a public relations or marketing specialist, there are companies that are looking to work with you. There is no lack in being able to creatively innovate ideas for you to partner with larger companies. But what I'd like for our listeners to understand is that that's just not here in the United States. Many of the companies that are looking for diverse suppliers are international. International companies such as the MGM Grand, they have hotels around the world, and they are looking for individuals. They are progressively looking for partnerships with minority and diverse businesses. So I want you to qualify yourself. If no one has ever given you the permission to play on a bigger scale, if they've never allowed you to do your business or your entity outside of your local community, if no one's ever said that you can take your business national, if no one has ever told you that what you have, the goods and the services that you provide to the world, the impact that you have been called to make in the world is of need around the world, I would like for you to allow Tawanna and myself to personally give you the permission to play a bigger game. I would like to personally allow you the time right now to see yourself as an international player. And the great thing about being in business in 2014 is that you can play on a larger scale any way you want. You can play on a bigger scale from the comfort of your home via the internet, or you can be an individual that's looking to travel the world to make an impact. So with that being said and your permission being granted, allow Tawanna and I to walk you through the benefits, the many benefits of becoming a certified woman or minority owned business that can quickly, within less than 6 months, I want Tawanna to tell us her story. Within less than 6 months to a year, you can actually increase your income and the revenue that you generate through your business by becoming a certified individual. So, Tawanna, tell us what
Yes.
are some of the benefits of becoming certified that we haven't already mentioned?
Okay. Well, again, this is so exciting. You know, I'm thinking back to my experience and my journey as an entrepreneur and how things it just started happening so fast, so quickly. The one thing I want to say so that our listeners can understand that the many state, federal, third-party agencies, these private sector public entities, they want to meet their own objectives with those set-aside dollars, and so they have more than just, well, I want to do business with you because you're a nice minority company, but they have objectives. And those objectives allow you and me as minority-owned businesses to expand our business. Once you get your certification, which I always have said is more than a nice piece of paper that you put in a frame and hang on the wall,
Exactly.
but it is also a marketing vehicle. It's a marketing tool because now it puts you out there. It puts you out there not only in one benefit here, the database of the certification agency that you're certified with, but it also allows you to see those solicitations and bids, those up and coming contracts
Wow.
that are coming out, which you would never have access to. You wouldn't see those. You wouldn't know about those because you wouldn't have that pipeline, if you will, and to that because you don't have a certification. And so it allows you to build relationships with prime contractors, general contractors who are looking to partner with you. It's a great way to build your experience. It's a benefit because when you're playing at this level, the capacity level is bigger now. You're not just a small business, but you're a small business walking and talking with the bigger businesses, and they expect for you to perform, not just selling your goods and services, but to perform at the same level that they're performing at. So it allows you the opportunity to even sub-partner and build relationships with some of these major general contractors that are out there in your specific state and area where you're doing business. That's a huge benefit. That's a huge benefit because you learn from them as you sub-partner with them, and it prepares you to step up and get ready to be the prime or general contractor the next time around. You see what I'm saying? And so outside of marketing, outside of being able to participate in the bidding process, being able to attend pre-bid meetings where you meet your competitors as well as other GCs and primes, it's just a great way to build and expand. Also, many of the certification agencies, they love to award. If you're one of those business owners that like to be pat on the back, I think we all do. You like to be pat on the back for your good work, your good service that you are providing. They have many awards within those organizations that you get nominated for, and you get to participate in. You get to go to those events and again network and build your pipeline of relationships. So there are many benefits to having a certification, but the biggest one is that dollar sign.
Right.
Profit.
Okay.
Profit.
Tawanna, I
Yes.
want you to give our viewers a bit of your personal experience in getting certified. And I want you to talk to us about moving from being a subcontractor to actually being a prime contractor. In our upcoming certification coaching program that Tawana and I are offering, we're going to talk about developing a step-by-step path, not just for getting your certification, but how you can maximize the opportunity. And the thing that's most exciting to me is that you can start today, right where you are, before you get your certification, getting into the flow of things by identifying and potentially partnering with certification agencies. And that is one of the best steps that you can take in order to get a feel or flow of the environment. So, Tawana, tell us how that worked for you and how it can work for our viewers.
Okay, wonderful. Well, my first contract, I was a sub partner. And that was a very good experience. It allowed me to work with the city out here in Dallas through a GC or prime contractor who is also in the staffing industry with me. It was a great experience because it allowed me to get a feel for what it's like to work with a private entity and their expectations from requirements like insurance, payroll, those type of things. And it also started teaching me about contract negotiation. This is something I know we're going to be coaching and we're going to be teaching. But contract negotiation is a big deal because you're not only are you looking at the contract between you and the prime, but you're looking at their contract with the private entity as well to make sure that things are equal and leveling up so that your company is benefiting and being treated fairly. So that was an amazing opportunity. And what it did was when other contracts and bids started coming, the term is they're coming on the street. They're on the street. They're out there for minority businesses to review. And we started looking at these bids and we decided to go after the school district, very, very big, robust school district, one of the largest out here in Dallas. And they even have their own minority business enterprise advisory committee that I'm a member of, that I've been a part of. And so when that bid came out, I already had walked through the experience of how to bid, how to put the numbers together, what the requirements will be, how to do business with a public entity that's looking to do business with me, and more importantly, even though I'm the prime, now I have to select a sub-partner who's also a minority owner. And so I have to put them on board. So that was one.
Can you please take a minute and define for us a prime? I know many of our viewers may not know what a prime or a subprime contractor is, and can you just simply explain that and explain that relationship before you finish your story?
Okay. A prime contractor will be one of those supplier diversity program companies. A prime could be a MGM. A prime could be a Xerox. Exactly. It is the major corporate, one of the largest construction companies out here, Balfour Beatty, their sister company called Prairie Link. I was honored to have a contract with them. They were a prime, but they were not a minority-owned business.
Right.
But to meet the contract, the solicitation requirement of minority participation, that's where I came in. That's where goods and services as a staffing firm came in, and now I'm the sub-partner. So the sub-partner is the partner who's going to be working underneath. It's a partnership, but you're under the prime because the prime has the major contract, the top contract with the company, say an airport or a school district that we're going to be doing business with. So you have the solicitation or the bid that comes out, say, from the airport or the school district. And then you have that prime contractor, maybe a construction company or a janitorial services. They have the main contract as the prime, and then their sub-partner has the contract, the sub-partner's contract between you and that prime.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, depending on where your business is today, there are opportunities today for a company to partner one with a supplier, with a current certified supplier diversity small business, and two, partner with a prime agency who is doing business with a supplier diverse small business. Is that correct?
Well, the prime
Language correct.
Typically a prime contractor is going to be a member with the certification agency. They are members. They have a partnership and a membership with the certifying agency, because guess what? They need help finding you and me. They don't have a relationship with us yet. They haven't met us at the networking event. They haven't met us at the pre-bid yet. And so they partner with these agencies because they want to know, well, what companies out there provide consulting services and insurance? Or what companies out there provide services? Or who can help me get my staff? And so they partner. It's a partnership that they have with the agencies. But once they start looking to partner with a minority business, now we're talking a contract relationship. Does that make sense?
Perfect. That makes perfect sense. And I'm hoping that the viewers are beginning to see how the opportunities can start even now.
Yes.
With even now today, pre-certification, but definitely once you're certified and once you are listed in the database, the opportunities abound. Tawanna, can you talk to us a little bit about the process? If an individual is interested in becoming certified, what does that look like? What does the process look like? And what is the first thing that a business owner should do as they are preparing for certification with one of the supplier diversity councils?
Okay. One of the first things that you have to ascertain is that you yourself, you know you are operating a minority-owned business. Are you a woman? If you are, then you will qualify. If you're African American, if you're Hispanic. So your ethnicity as an owner is important, because the first requirement is being 51% owned by a minority. And sometimes I've worked with business owners who think that their scope of work, the services that they provide, is a factor. Well, that's a factor later. But to get your certification, your company has to be 51% minority owned to even begin the process, because that is something that the certification agency will assess. There is always a checklist that's required from a certification agency. They all work similar. They have the similar things that they're looking for. So my recommendation is definitely to be working with us and let us coach you on making sure you have everything. It's important. I can't stress enough how important it is to have your information that is required, because if you don't, you're not in the pool. You're not in it to win it. You're not in the pool where you could be able to participate by bidding and partnering with companies who are looking to do business with you. But going back to certification agencies and what they're looking for, there's a checklist. And I'll give you an example of some of the things that they look for. They're looking for a picture ID of you, a driver's license, a passport that proves that your ethnicity is exactly what you say you are. They're also, some of them are looking for a birth certificate. So if you've lost yours, I would start trying to get one now, because that's very, very important. You have to have things like your past 3 years of taxes. Now, if you're a startup business, because I'm sure if you're in our audience and you have a startup business and you're thinking, well, I haven't been in business for 3 years. Well, that's okay. You don't have business taxes from the last 3 years, but you have your personal taxes from the last 3 years. So things like that are very, very essential, and it's a part of the application process. If you don't have a current resume, it's time to start working on it. Because as a business owner, many of these certification agencies, they do site visits. They want to know that you know what you know. And your resume and who you say you are and what you know, and you're running this business and you're doing this thing, it matches up. And they're looking at that and they're assessing that. But it's very important to have a current bio, current resume of your past employment and your duties and things like that that show that you are literally managing and running this business. But those are some of the things off the top of my head. There's a long list looking at what type of business you have. Do you have a S corp or a C corp, or you're LLC, or you're a partner? There are certain requirements that are necessary in that application process. Also, let me just also say this: if you are a business and you have a DBA, doing business as, that's essential, because that's also a requirement as a part of the application process. And so again, all certification agencies have an application process to certify you, and that process is lengthy, it's tedious, and there are some specific things that you have to do and you have to do right, so that the process, which is already 60 to 90 days long, doesn't delay you and stop you from being able to participate in what's going on out there on the street as it relates to biz that you can get involved in.
I want to ask or make a statement of clarity and understanding. The certification agencies actually are looking for two things. They're looking to see if the individual and business that's getting certified is owned by a woman, a minority, or disadvantaged individual, and managed by a woman, a minority, or disadvantaged individual. So ownership and management is actually what you're looking to prove as you verification process. So it's really important that you think about, prior to moving into certification, what does your business, your specific business, what does it look like for a day-to-day manager of the business, and being able to not just prove that, but making sure that you have the skills or the support system that will allow you to prove ownership and quality management of your business. Is that correct, Tawanna? Can I say that fairly?
Yes, ma'am, you can. And I'm glad you're touching on this and you're asking me about this. It's very important, because unfortunately we do live in a day and time where fraud is prevalent, even in this industry, even with the certification process. And I know I was asked by the director at that time to come in and train and coach the certification specialists who literally certify business owners on how to detect fraud in my industry space. in human resources and the staffing industry.
Okay.
And I put together a program for them, and they quickly realized that it would help them with really all industries that they were looking at to certify. Even though they are always looking at the fact that you're a minority, you are a woman, or you are a veteran, or you are Hispanic or Asian, or they're looking at that, and men, you're included too, because if you fall within one of these ethnicities, if you're a Hispanic or Asian male, you do qualify for the MBE, Minority Business Enterprise Certification. So let me make sure I say that if that wasn't clear. But they are looking at also after that, who's managing the company at that 51%. Because for an example, I've worked very closely also with the Women's Council, and they do site visits, and they want to make sure they do ascertain that the woman is running the business. So if you are a woman in construction, or if you're a woman in manufacturing, or if you're a woman in an auto industry, or if you're a woman running an insurance agency, they are assessing you are the one who's running that business. You're managing the day-to-day activities. You're managing the payroll. You're managing training or overseeing your staff if you have one. They're looking at all of that. Because, again, this process, it's my understanding what it used to be is not what it is today. And they do make sure that you are who you say you are as it relates to your birth certificate and your picture ID, but also that you are the one that's managing the day-to-day business that you're performing and that you're selling.
And Tawanna, in the idea of preparing your business to actually expand through certification, can you give me an idea of the different types of businesses that can be, or industries more specifically, that can really benefit from certification, and how would that industry, how does that industry relate to some of the needs that the companies and corporations have?
Again, you have corporations, you have the federal government, you have state agencies. They want to do business and they want to procure. Many of them. For our audience listeners, just play around with some of the public entities in your city. Go to their website. Look, they all have a procurement department. Procurement. They want to buy, and they are always looking for who can we buy from, who can we build a relationship with. I was sharing. I share this often. I remember talking to a buyer once, and she had shared that, you know, we procure everything and anything from paper clips to mice that get fed to the animals at the zoo. And that blew me away because I never thought about, well, where they getting the mice and other things that they're feeding animals at the zoo.
Right.
But they're getting it from someone who provides it as a service and good. And so, again, corporations, private sector, federal government, state agency, public entities, transportation companies, all the major cities have a DOT, Department of Transportation. They love us. They love us. They love doing business with minority-owned businesses. You go to your Department of Transportation website and you start clicking. And you're going to be clicking and clicking. They are procuring, they are spending millions, billions of dollars in your state, and they're looking for your services. One of the services that we offer through our coaching is how to maximize your business. I learned this as I was building and growing. With my background in public speaking and training and these things, I realized I can maximize my business, my what I sell as a consultant, as a trainer. I'm working with chambers who our membership is looking to do different things. Well, I have other skills outside of my HR and my staffing, and it's such an incredible way to give back and to be involved again in the economic development of your community. It's a privilege. Again, entrepreneurship is also a privilege. So again, corporations, private sector, federal government, state agencies, the departments of transportation, hubs, historically underutilized business, all of these. And we will really dive into all of those things with more of the training and coaching that we will do in our coaching and training programs. So hopefully this is salivating some people, but they're there. It's big, it's huge. I literally went from less than 100,000 to over $500,000 in 1 year. It was overwhelming. It was exciting. It was life-changing. It was awesome. It can happen to you. It can, and it happens fast because there are tools that you can use as a business owner that allow you to do your own searching for these bids that are out there. But you can't play if you haven't paid, if you will,
Right.
as it relates to getting your certification. So hopefully I answered your question there.
Not only did you answer my question, you have sparked just an entire different thought on how some of my clients actually can move forward in their business through certification. It is exciting to know that your wisdom, your expertise, your knowledge, and your network all play an important part in growing your business. And if you heard Tawanna, she just shared with us that her business went from $100,000 to $500,000, you said, Tawanna?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
$500,000 in less than a year's time, or within a year's time,
yes.
Once she made the commitment to get certified. And I hope that empowers you and inspires you, because Tawanna and I have a very special package that we'd like for you to consider. It's a simple package that you can easily slip into that can open the door for you to doing business with larger companies, with governmental agencies, and with international firms through certification. I have been blessed to partner with Tawanna in this process of getting my certification and certification for my clients. And we just decided, we need to offer this to more people. So we put together a coaching package which consists of 5 weeks of coaching, group coaching once a week on the phone with Tawanna and myself, looking at your business, walking you through the certification process, but also positioning you mentally, financially, and corporately on how you can grow your business through certification. We will work with you on positioning yourself within your industry as an expert, positioning yourself in the media, positioning yourself online so that as these companies are looking for you, they are seeing the best image of you and they are ready to do business with you once you receive your certification. We're also going to be talking about who is the best fit for your company. One of the things that I see a lot is that as you're beginning to grow and you're looking to do business with companies and corporations and you're moving away from the local business, the entrepreneur and solopreneur business, you connect with companies that may not be a good fit for you. And as my mom used to tell me, all money is not good money.
Not good money.
So
Yes.
we want to walk with you so that you are not only learning to connect with the companies that are a good fit for you, but you're creating contracts that will allow you to make more money, to generate not just more income and billables, but to generate revenue and profits for your business. I don't know how many businesses I've seen that could be billing a million, a half a million, $2 million, but the profit margin that they're bringing into the business is minimal as it relates to their billing. So we want to take the time to really help you structure a solid plan that will allow you to get certification, use your certification wisely to grow your company, go after the right bids, go after the right procurement and companies to partner with, but also grow a business that you love. Because we know that you got into business for a reason. And we don't want you as an entrepreneur or a business owner to become a slave to the business that you birthed. So working with Tawanna and I through this 6-week process, who can help you lay the foundation for growing a business that you love and doing business with companies that are not just willing but are able to pay you prime dollar for the services that you deliver. Tawanna, can you share with our listeners just a little bit about some of the things that you will be walking them through in our coaching program as it relates to certification?
Okay, I love to. I love to. Well, first, I have to say that if you're looking at the package that we have online for everyone to look at, there's a testimony from a young woman who owns a business out here in Texas who I not only did I mentor her and coach her, but we were in an agreement, and I never let go. So let me say that I never let go. Once you're in it, we're in it with you. We're in it with you. As you were sharing, LaTania, I was thinking about when you're playing at this level, there are pitfalls. And not only will we be coaching and teaching you and helping you get your certification, and I will tell you, every business owner that I've worked with to get a certification, they get it the first time. Because I make sure it's done right the first time. You can lay your paperwork out in front of me, and I'm telling you, it's like a recipe. I think I was sharing this last night with you. I am the queen of recipes. And you put a recipe in front of me, I know what's missing, I know if it's here or if it's not. It's the same thing with the certification process. I will make sure that you get it. And once you get it, we will start together going after getting your first contract. But keep in mind, it's not over after you get the first contract.
Exactly.
Because not only do you have to perform on that contract, but now you have to know how to manage all that money that's coming in. Because you're talking about tax filing, insurance. There are so many components, and there are pitfalls that you can fall in. I'm telling you, I know what it's like to be up in this process. I know what it's like to be all the way down in the mud and swim back up out of it and be successful where you're standing again. And so those experiences is all a part of what's going to be included in this journey that we will take together. It's a journey. It's an exciting one. Jennifer, who I helped get her certification, but it came with a contract immediately, a relationship that we introduced their company to, and a contract out here with the school district, public entity contract that she just recently signed another year with. I mean, we're not talking a contract that are for 6 months or 3 months or a year, but we're talking contracts that are 3 years, 5 years. My contract with Bombardier was a 10-year contract. Can you imagine being coached on how to not only win a contract, but to keep that contract? Because they're vultures in business, as we all know. And we offer the service on how to avoid those traps before they even happen to you. Because sometimes they're inevitable. But we're here to make sure that your journey is a good one. It's not only a profitable one, but a good one where you can sleep at night. As an entrepreneur, everything is on you. It's on me. And you want to be able to sleep at night as you take care of your family and as you go about living your life. And so all of that, and making sure that you get your certification, that you know how to find bids, you know how to be seen. The marketing. LaTania is amazing at marketing. I've learned so much from her myself. But all of this will be included, as well as how to avoid the what not to do. This is certification one-on-one what to do. We're going to get into the one-on-one what not to do, because it's there. And I play to win. I like to win. And I like to see everybody on my team win. And this will be, our coaching program is a team. We all play to win and win together.
I am so excited. I don't know if you guys are as excited as I am, but this is an opportunity for you to not just get mentored and coached by, but to partner with individuals and a heart-centered company that truly cares about the growth and the direction of your business. Oh my goodness, it looks like we're just about out of time. We've exhausted our time. It is 11:04, but I would like to invite you to go to www.wealthywoman.org/get certified to learn more about the 5-week coaching program that Tawanna and I will be offering. We will be starting soon. We want on this coaching program because we're piloting it now. It is a small investment of only $495 for the 5 weeks. This is our first time. You will get the opportunity to engage with us as we learn how to bring this wonderful program to the masses. I want you to understand that not only is this an opportunity for you to get your certification, which will be a major growth potential for your business, but this is an opportunity for you to get the support system that you've always needed, you've always wanted for your business. If we haven't learned anything, Tawanna and I both understand the importance of having a support system, having an intimate environment where you can share, learn, and grow freely, having a safe place for you to lay out all of your business aspirations and your business concerns, and having someone that has been there and that has done that working with you and walking with you through the process. So go to www.wealthywoman.org/get certified to learn more about how you can work with Tawanna and I in our upcoming Get Certified 5-week coaching program. And those of you that make the decision today to join us, to get on board with your $495 small investment. Those of you that make the decision today to join us, we have a special bonus where Tawana and I will do a one-on-one VIP with you, sitting with you and your business, allowing you to give us your vision and allowing us to give you a step-by-step action plan on how you can not just get certified, how you can not just grow your business, but how you can create the lifestyle that you're looking for as you're growing your business. So go to www.wealthywoman.org/get certified to get more information. And Tawana, do you have any closing words for us before we go?
Yes, I sure do. Yes, I do. Thank you so much, LaTania Michelle, for your vision and your heart. You are an incredible woman, an incredible coach yourself. And I want to thank everyone who participated with us today. I started out with a quote. I have to end with it. To get what we've never had. I've never had a six-figure paycheck, but I have one with my company. We must do what we've never done. I never had a certification. It was once I got certified, doors of opportunity began to open, the floodgates of profit and income and relationship and impact in the community and with economic development, people getting hired, began. It's an exciting journey. It can be done. We will see to it. Get started. Get started today. Don't delay. You can winners yourself. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, LaTania. This has been an amazing, amazing experience for me, too. Thank you.
Well, we just want to say thank you, Tawana. I am so excited about working with our group and working with you as we just take this to the masses. Remember, as Tawana said, if you want something that you've never had, it's time for you to do something that you've never done. So maybe it's time for you to get certified. This is LaTania Michelle with the Wealthy Women's Network, reminding you to be bold, be brilliant, and to be a blessing. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you next time. Go to www.wealthywoman.org/get certified for more information. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.